Hotel, I gotta say, these guys do a fantastic job, and we see a lot of the same team every year, and I always think that they are the dream team. I'm always glad to see these same faces every year because they do such a good job. So thanks guys. I really struggled this year to write this speech. If I'm being truthful, this has been a tough year for us at Labs. We learned with absolute certainty that your life can change in an instant. On June 6th, sorry, not even the first paragraph, I'm crying. On June 6th this year, our executive director, Sean Baker, suffered a terrible personal tragedy. His wife, Nicola, died in her sleep. We are all beyond heartbroken for him and his 4 beautiful children. Sorry. We are a close group and care very much about each other. So we all understood Sean's decision to step down as our executive director and move into the role of our chief financial officer. Although we are all sad to see him step down, we are very glad that we were able to keep Sean with us in some capacity. In the 13 years Sean has been with Labs, he has nurtured, shepherded, and grown it from a tiny 3-person operation to a very successful and highly regarded shelter staffed by 14 people. I'm not gonna lie, he is leaving some pretty big boots to fill. In part, being touched personally by this tragedy, this year's theme really resonated with me. One of the great positive messages of the movie Alice Through the Looking Glass is the message that time is precious. That it's a gift, every day, every hour, every second, and should never be taken for granted. I very much believe that we must each try to live the most beautiful and extraordinary life that we can, whatever that means to you. And don't wait until tomorrow, because sometimes we run out of tomorrows. Oh gosh, sorry. Gloves and paper, not so good. Every year, the lead up to the gala is incredibly hectic, and this year was no exception. I think that it is also a very special time for us at Labs, and a time of the year that I very much enjoy, and appreciated just a little more this year. We get to see and talk to so many friends, people who've become such a big part of our community, our Labs family. We get to see them while they're dropping off donations for the gala, buying tickets or dream vacation lottery tickets. We get to hear how their lives are going, get updates on pets that were adopted from the shelter, cats, dogs, the occasional horse, goats, now and then a chicken. It's a great feeling to hear how the lives of those animals have been so positively affected and to hear the impact that those same animals have on the lives of their adoptive families. We are reminded that every life is special and has value. It also reminds us just how many of these wonderful stories we get to play a role in, more than 500 last year alone. That is a pretty cool feeling. We not only have amazing local supporters, but we have this whole incredible extended family that support, cheerlead, donate, and befriend us from 45 countries around the world. Many of them are watching tonight via our live stream channel on the internet. Hi guys. It's like having thousands of pen pals. And for those of you who maybe don't know what pen pals are, I think I may have just dated myself there. This year, a lovely woman from Oklahoma named Robin emailed me and wondered if I thought it would be a cool idea to have people donate baskets from all over the US. Specifically, Robin thought it would be a great idea. Oh, that's very kind of you. Oh, and it's wine, bless you. I did need that. Robin thought it would be a great idea if we could get all 50 states represented. I thought, sure, that'd be cool, thinking we might get, half a dozen or so. Never did I think they would actually organize this incredible group of people who managed to do exactly that. Tonight I'm amazed and grateful to Robin and Pam and Janet Young and Janet Barrett and all of the rest of the amazing people for their incredible generosity and dedication. I can honestly tell you that there are some incredible baskets out there filled with things that you will not be able to find unless you're prepared to travel to those places. Really awesome. I also need to thank Paul, our treasurer, who, poor guy, who generously offered to use his US postal box as the shipping address for all of these items. Oh my gosh, he had no idea what he was getting himself into. He went down like 2-3 times a week, every week, had some very stern conversations with the border guards, and some very long duty lineups. Paul, without you, none of those baskets would have been possible, so thank you very much. And Uncle Terry, too. Thank you. The Gala video is always my project and one of my favorite pieces of Gala preparation. It really allows us to experience laps through the eyes of so many different people from our community. It is often a very emotional experience to listen to people talk about how or why they became involved with laps and their connection to the animals. Reliving stories of animals that came to laps after suffering terrible injuries or neglect and then finding loving homes. It is an incredible experience and one that never fails to move me to tears, at least once. I'm always so impressed and so grateful to the people who give of themselves so selflessly to help the animals at laps. Some people are able to donate money but don't have the time to volunteer or own a pet and still want to help. Some people can donate their time, which is perhaps one of the most precious gifts. Some people donate their skills, some adopt, others cheerlead and help with social media. Each of those pieces is necessary to the work that needs doing at laps. No matter how big or how small the contribution, together we are making a huge difference in the lives of those animals fortunate enough to come to laps. And because we are laps and we are so passionate about our work, we always want to be able to do more, help more animals, and provide better care. So many of the animals we see have been neglected, are abandoned because they are sick or injured. Some are strays that have simply lost their way and come to harm. All of them need our help, and sometimes that help is complicated to give and very expensive. But then, as Alice says, the only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it's possible. We are currently fighting 2 problems at laps. One is a lack of space for the staggering number of kittens and cats we see each year, more than 300 this year alone, and the other is the money to care for them. I cannot even begin to describe how happy we are to report that we have a solution for one of those problems. After more than 2 years of planning, agonizing, fundraising, and literally asking everyone we knew for help, we are able to officially announce our plans to build our desperately needed and long overdue ice oasis. I know, so exciting. With our, do we have a picture? No? Wow, I am batting like 0 for 2. Okay. If there is a picture, there is someone who could get us a picture, that would be lovely. With our deepest and most heartfelt thanks to the township for committing to match money raised to 40% of our budget. Thank you, Township of Langley. Very aggressive organization, the township. We also have to thank Pat and Mark Dumont and the Schuin Foundation for pledging $50,000 and $20,000 respectively to get us started on our journey. To 470 individual donors who together raised $37,000. Pretty awesome. To E&M Construction, our very newest friends, Colin Lacey and Dan Greenlee, who have donated not only their time to help design a building that we could love and afford, but they have also given up their profit margin to get us within our budget. And I know, that's pretty incredible. And of course to Ian McDonald, Bruce Carskadden of Carskadden, Stokes and McDonald Architects for drawing us the funkiest, state-of-the-art, never been done before cat antique and isolation facility.
Don't forget to see it.
You can see it's really cute. Angie Qualley for helping to champion this cause. Yes. Thank you, Angie. And last but not least, design collaborator and cheerleader Shelley Roche, who dubbed this fabulous facility the ISO Aces. These people truly believe, as Alice did in Through the Looking Glass, that the only things worth doing are those that we do for others. That brings us to the second problem, which is how to pay for all of this great care and exceptional programming. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, the worst speech giver in the history. Oh my gosh. This is a daily struggle for LAPS, and this year more than ever, a little rattled by losing my wine. And this year more than others. As a small organization trying to do big things, we are always faced with the challenge of how to pay for medical care. Oh my gosh, we are always faced with the challenge of how to pay for medical care, enrichment programs, and daily food and shelter. We achieve 1/3 of our budget from our animal control contracts with the Township and City of Langley. We achieve another 1/3 of our budget from our own activities, adoption fees, impound fees, and we run a small dog boarding and daycare business at the Fraser Valley Correctional Center in Abbotsford, which is a federal prison for women. We use this money, it's an amazing program that not only helps us, wow, I really am rattled, not only helps the women incarcerated at FBI, but also helps us fund our in-house training program for dogs through the revenue that it generates. We also apply for grants, put on a few fundraising events throughout the year. We raise a full 1/3 of our budget from donations and fundraising events like the Gala. The Gala itself accounts for 1/3 of that 1/3. No pressure, of course. Just wanted to give you a sense of how important the success of this night is to the work that we are doing to help the animals that come to us. Please know that every dollar that is spent tonight is deeply appreciated and will be received with our most heartfelt gratitude. In closing, I would like to propose a toast to old friends, to new friends, to a life well lived, and as Alice would say, thank you for you. Cheers. Okay. Thank you.
In 2003, Hattie Dale started us on a wonderful journey. Following her vision, we have cared for and found forever homes for thousands of animals. This amazing work is not something that LAPS can do alone. To be successful, we need help from the entire community. It truly takes a village.